Okay, so everyone's been coming from home, had enough of the day. You don't feel like cooking, and sure you don't have to cook. Go buy some food. You know, go out. Don't feel bad for going out. It's ridiculous that people think that. But a lot of people just don't look at a roast chicken. I'll teach a couple of tips, but if you pull out a chicken, let it come to room temperature, dry it, add some salt and pepper, and throw it at the oven. It's fine. Holy crap, you'll have a really nice chicken. I'll show you a couple of things to help it cook evenly, and you can put as little or as much effort into it as you want.
That's a plump bird.
Roast chicken isn't hard, or should it be? So that's what I'm going to go through, because I'm going to go through in stages, and I'll do this how I want to do it. So, alright, we're going to start with this. So our roast chicken is patted dry and whatnot. And pop it over there. We've got our tray, which we'll get back to later. So, that's done. That's pretty much done. We could truss it up and everything, and we will for this one. I'll chuck my oven on as well. I'm just going to throw the oven on 200 just to get it going, get it nice and hot, but it will go in at a higher heat and then we'll turn it down. Because we want the colour. Will you be seasoning your chicken with the tiers of cooking? Yeah, but everything I cook is seasoned with the tiers of cooking. That's why it'll taste like a professional chef cooked it. I'm going to do a simple mirepoix, which I'm going to stuff. A mirepoix is stock vegetables, and that can be onions, celery, carrot. I've got a bit of garlic here as well. Start cutting it, throw it all on our tray. Don't even need to worry about the bird right now. This could be your minimum effort that you throw in. And don't worry about trimming things. Trim it up, cut it up, keep the skin. Fuck it, why not? This doesn't have to be hard. Obviously you can peel your onion, but the emphasis is that this is meant to be easy. This is meant to be, we just got home and we just want to fucking get it done, right? Same with the carrot. You could peel it if you like. There's no reason to. The skin has more nutrients. Just make sure you chop it up nice and small. Oh, like onion. Oh, okay. That might be a Queenslander thing. I pronounce things the correct way, which is, like I have time to actually do stuff. We don't go around going, this is a graph paper. We go, huh, that's an odd looking Cartesian plane. If you don't know what a Cartesian plane is, Google it. There you go. There's that. Here's our garlic. You don't even need to smack this with your knife. Use the palm of your hand. There you go. I'm gonna grab a bit of everything. You're just filling the cavity. Now the reason we do this is not so much, if someone says to you, it's like, oh, you can taste the flavor. It's bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. What we're doing is we're adding mass. This chicken will have a full body instead of an empty cavity. If we left it how it is, we will cook the bird, right? But it would be drier because hot air could get in here into the cavity, cook it from the inside and the outside. The idea is that you're essentially giving the bird a bit of density, and I'm going to show you how to reuse the stuff at the end, because there's no reason to waste it. Now I've got a bit of veg left here. Now the reason I have the veg left is because I don't want the chicken just sitting on the tray, because it's not gonna cook the bottom of it. Now it's not gonna get crispy like the top will, but we don't want the skin to stick to the tray, and we don't want to rip it off later. That's called a trivet. A trivet could be a wire rack. You could scrunch up some alfoil and lay it on the bottom. That's a trivet as well, because you're just offering a bit of room for it to stand off of the tray. I'm going to make a compound butter, which is Chef Wanker talk for butter with flavour in it. Softening a bunch of butter, adding a bunch of herbs, spices, whatever you like, and then cooling it back down and rolling it out and chucking it in the fridge for later. You could do that. You could go and get 2 kilos of it, make a shitload of it, and then just keep it. All compound butter. Fucking freeze.
Yum.
We're gonna put a bit of garlic, or a lot of garlic. I'm gonna put a couple splashes of Tabasco, some thyme, and curry powder.
That's good, dude.
Good savage. I love garlic. For some reason, I can smell the garlic from here.
Yeah, right?
Smell-o-vision is working. So we're gonna put a little bit of Tabasco in. Now, this is not to make the dish spicy. This is to add just a little bit of depth to a lot of the fat and sweetness and salt. Give it a taste. Might be a little bit strong for what I want it to be. So all you gotta do is just add a bit more butter, right? And don't worry about it, because if there's any left over, you can just keep it.
The 69669 is just beautiful.
Okay,
Approved.
that's nice, that's soft. It's gonna cook out, it's gonna drench through our bird, and it's just got a little bit of punch, which is that curry flavor, not spice. Now, just up here, you can see there's a layer here and a little bit of like meat that you can see. This is what you're just gonna start running your thumb through, right? A little bit. Use your finger, your thumb. Just, you want to be gentle, and you just want to lift up the skin and just push at it, separating, right? You can see my fingers going down. We're separating the skin from the meat, right? But the last thing you want to do is you don't want to tear it, okay? Right. The reason we're doing this is just because it's going to be a pocket that holds all of this nice little butter. Now for the best part, we gotta get messy. Make a mess. Don't be afraid to. Just massage it up and into those pockets. Right. You can see the butter. In this case, I've got a bit of thyme there. I can see the little grains of thyme moving up. If you don't have butcher's twine to truss up the bird, again, ready to go. You don't really need to do this. It is better if you do it because it'll cook more evenly. But get your alfoil, and we're just gonna scrunch it into a line. Right. You just want to twist it into like essentially a silver rope. There you go. That's all I've done, right? Now, this is what I would use as my butcher's twine if I wanted to. Get under these legs. The best part about this is you can just use it like that. Roll it up.
Never really thought about using foil like that.
That's it, it's done. Right, tuck it under, out of the way. Okay. Simple truss. You use what you've got. So I go under the tail, over the legs. I'm going to circle around the legs and then pull them together. Up, and I'm going to go down the thighs, pulling it tight, which will bring the legs up and into each other. I'm going to go behind the wings like this. I wouldn't flip this over normally. And back up. And this is where I would tie it down. And this pulls the entire bird into itself. Gives it one hell of a bust. You can see the legs are pulled up into itself. The rest of it is now really round and plump and everything. And I've just sat it on the vegetables that we cut earlier. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna heavily salt the part of it, well, all of it rather. Salt is gonna help dry it out and give us really, really crispy skin. So be generous with the salt, right? The skin is the really guilty pleasure part. This is Teresa's favorite part, is the skin. All right.
You missed the
bit of pepper.
Cheffbenny.
A little bit of pepper. Pepper's always nice. Okay, I'm going to show you. I hope you guys can see how much salt is on there. Okay. And that's it. We're going to roast it. Now, my oven is at 200. I'm going to turn it up to 220 for 10 minutes. And I'm just going to really go hard at it, and I'm going to keep an eye on it. I want to get lots and lots of color, and then I'm going to turn it down right as it has a pale golden brown. The pale golden brown means that by the time we finish cooking, when we turn it down, it should be right where we want it. Very nice. The yellow is going to help with the color as well. So yeah, let's go do that. Alright. We're going to make a salad. Now, I don't know what the salad is. I literally did not think of anything to do with it because I want you guys to go through it with me. And we're going to just do it as we go. We're gonna use whatever we have in the house. Nice. Alright, so we're just gonna go through the fridge and we're gonna grab some salad stuff. So I reckon some carrot would be nice. I'm gonna grab
Cucumber.
cucumber. Let's have some. We're gonna do this. We're gonna make an interesting salad out of this. We're not gonna need a lot of this stuff, so we're just gonna grab a little bit. Over 10 minutes now for our chicken, so let's have a look. I don't know if that fogged you guys up.
Only for a bit.
We're gonna go a little bit longer, but you can see the colour starting to happen. We'll give it another 10 minutes at that heat. And when you have questions, seriously, if you want to ask them. Jump in Discord on chat, on voice, and ask me in person if you like. Holy crap.
For you to keep your whites white.
Yeah, I know, but
Water's boiling. I'm gonna throw the beans and the corn and everything at the same time. It's gonna come down. I'm just gonna bring it up to the boil again.
It's alright, Ben. When the apocalypse is over, we'll invite you over for a brisket.
Only if I get to cook it. So this is close up. I can already tell to the color we want. Right. Nice round color. We're gonna turn it down to 200. That'll be like 180-ish. That's how we're gonna finish it off. Nice low and slow. Let's dig through the pantry. I'm not going to take you through a walkthrough for that. We'll save that for another day. Olive oil. We're going to grab a vinegar. I'm just going to find the first thing I've got. Apple cider vinegar. Sure. What else? Got some truffle salt. Okay, so we got that stuff here. I've got some pretty strong flavors, so olive oil will be fine. 1 to 3, so it's 1 part vinegar to 3 parts olive oil, and then I'm going to add a few extra things. I'm going to add some seeded mustard to help emulsify the fats together, which the vinegar will help as we like shake the ever-living crap out of this.
see, it's seriously toxic.
Minute stream, which was just you making a coffee in the morning, and you'd go, what do you put in coffee, man? I wasn't here for that. Let's just do this the easier way.
It's mixed together. It doesn't look split, if that makes sense. And a good way to check is get a little bit, and you want to throw it to the back of your throat by going. You're looking for, you don't want it to burn. You want a little bit of a sting and the flavor to go through. That doesn't have enough vinegar in it, because that did nothing. Okay, taste again. Perfect, right? Tiny little bit of a burn. That's gonna be our dressing. So chicken's still going. I want to give it a bit more time. We'll cool down this stuff and we'll make our salad. We just want to make sure everything's nice and coated. This is actually going to look really good against the color of our chicken. Vinegar with the apple. Oh, that's nice. It's just stuff we had in the fridge as well. I'm going to grab this chicken out. I've left the saucepan. I've just melted down the chicken stuff. That. That is ready to go.
That
Right?
looks so yummy. Oh my god.
Now the other thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna show you how crispy the skin is. Now as it rests, it's actually gonna dry out a little bit more and go crispier. But I've got the gain up on the microphone and I've taken the pop filter off. You should be able to hear this.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Now, we've got all of these veg here. We've got all of the veg inside there. What we're gonna do is we're gonna add this veg to our stock, right? We're gonna cook it down, and then we're gonna blitz it up. So we could actually blitz it up now if we want, and then add it to the stock and worry about it later. And then we'll strain it off. But all of the skin is still in here. Our onions, it's all soft. Some of it's burnt. That's perfect. This is gonna be our gravy because we're not gonna waste any of this. Get it all in there. Alright, so I'm gonna pull the string off here because I want the rest of this veg. And the cavity we filled with all of that mirepoix, we're gonna use as well because there's no reason to waste it. I learned how to make a gravy like this from a lovely old fellow called Mark, I think. I might be getting that wrong. Working at in New York, it was a soup kitchen. In here we call it like a salvo or like a homeless kitchen, so a lot of donated food. And yeah, I didn't lie to the guy. I was like, yeah, I'm working at a fancy restaurant. I've never seen anyone cook a gravy like that. You know, you would do bones, you'd do broth and stuff like that. And he goes, well, we have to use what we've got. And this is what we've got. We're gonna give this a bit of a blitz. I'll add a bit of stock to this just to help it mix a bit better. But we're gonna add everything back to the stock anyway. Here's the basis of our gravy. Stock. Now I poured a bit out because it's gonna make the gravy way too watery. But we're gonna add this to our stock and we're gonna cook it down, reducing it. And we're gonna use a whisk to bring it all together. Start by slicing down here along, I guess, I say here. In between the thigh, like right here, you're gonna cut down and into the tail and use the tip of your knife and you'll feel a bone. If you're heading into the bird like this, you're gonna hit exactly one bone and that's gonna be the hip. The hip, and that goes in around and into itself. We're gonna just cut it into like that. Then what you can do is use your knife and you can flatten it out, right? That gives you enough room. Put pressure down on your knife and just go through it. If you let the knife sort of find the socket, you'll go through the socket and not the bone, and it shouldn't be too hard. There's your first piece, okay? So we're gonna do the other thigh, exactly the same. All right, go down in towards the bird, use the knife to push it down, find that socket, and just work into it. All right, should be relatively simple. All right, so there's our first chicken wing. Go through here, this one as well.
Benny, question. What's your favorite piece of chicken? Like if someone goes, hey Ben, I'm cutting a chicken, what piece do you want?
The breast. And we can go from one side here, right? Running down the center. Now I have a sharp knife, which is why this is looking a bit easier than it might be for you guys. But remember, a sharp knife is safer for you. So use the back of the knife. Use the tip to scrape down, back of the knife to push against it, and turn into it. You'll see the wishbone if you're going along correctly. I could get a bit closer to this rib cage here, but that's fine. Alright. Nice free range one too. Okay, and we're gonna cut into that. That's that socket I was aiming for. Okay?
Yeah.
There you go. Alright, and we can cut that wing out. So we've just been reducing down the mirepoix that stuffed our chicken, and we've been we added the trivet, which was just the excess stock veg that we added to the bottom. Now, traditionally, if you want a browner or a darker gravy, you could add a bit of tomato paste and cook it out. You could add a bit of like red wine here, whatever you're feeling. I'm keeping this very traditional because we added those spices at the start to our compound butter. And this is going to give us a very nice final product. Alright, I'm gonna just mute my microphone and blitz this while it's hot because we want to break up the rest of those bits that have cooked down.
Yeah, break those.
Ah, Venge Fade is in the chat as well.
Now remember, another reason we're straining this as well is because we left the skin on our onion, right? I needed to show you guys that it's possible, it's easy. So just, again, let the knife do the work, right?
No, that easy.
Cut it into slices. Apologies. There's that. Now, we've made the salad out of the fridge, added a bit of, we made our own vinaigrette out of the stuff we had in our cupboard. Okay, just a little bit, build it up, just let it sort of drape out of your hands and get height. Alright, here you
Makes
go.
me
You ready?
really hungry.
Here's the money shot.
Bling bling.
Here you go.
Oh, yeah.
There's our chicken. Nice fresh corn.
Pew
Oh,
pew.
Oh, that looks delicious.
The leftover
You
chicken
just
over
slap the chicken.
here.
Oh. Do the whole like, clap it.
Okay, guys. So I hope everyone learnt a little bit, or you can go back and watch the pod. Welcome everyone from the other channel. I hope you learned something. Thanks to all the people who donated. You didn't have to do that.